It's the first midweek round in this season's championship. Time is of the essence, so let's get into the latest set of bold predictions. We've got 6 games on Tuesday and 6 games on Wednesday, and the fixture computer has very interestingly given us 5 all top 10 clashes and 7 all bottom 14. Let's get into the predictions. 1. The best form of attack. We spent much of the watch-along between Southampton and Leicester on Friday, frankly, with our jaws on the floor at just how open Southampton were at the back. Yes, Leicester's finishing was clinical, but the team shape, some errant passing, and then one crazy counter-attack certainly assisted in another 4 goals going in against Southampton. They have the worst defensive record in the division and have now shipped 4 against Norwich, 5 against Sunderland, 4 against Leicester. That is 16 in total, 2.7 per game. On the other end of the spectrum, miserly old Preston can thank a superb defensive record for helping them to lead the table after 6 games. It's been a 0 or a 1 in the goals column against North End on the way to this superb 5-game winning streak. Preston face Birmingham at home. Southampton face free-scoring Ipswich. So we are going to double down and go for more of the same for those 2 defences. I am boldly predicting Southampton to concede 2 or more against Ipswich and Preston to concede 1 or fewer against Birmingham. 2. Striker streaks. It's always fun seeing how players step up from League One to the Championship, and it's not an unreasonable question to ask whether they're going to be able to do it or not. Hold my beer, says Plymouth's Ryan Hardy. He scored 13 in League One last season and has started his first season in the Championship absolutely brilliantly. Now, not only is Hardy top scorer in the division with 5, but he's also on a 4-game scoring streak going into Plymouth's trip to Bristol City on Tuesday. A couple of players also on nice streaks are Watford's Mileta Rajovic and Sunderland's Jack Clark. Clark was the subject of much summer transfer speculation. He stayed at Sunderland, already scored 3 goals, including 1 in each of his last 2 games. As for Rajovic, big impact at Watford after arriving from Sweden. 2 starts, 3 goals. Now, fingers crossed they're all fit, and let's go for all of our streaky strikers to continue their runs and score this midweek. Hardy for Plymouth at Bristol City, Clark for Sunderland at Blackburn, and Rajovic for Watford against West Brom. 3. Home comforts. Don't ask me why, but all the sides that played the first game of this 3-game week at home are all at home again for the midweek fixture. Nice work if you can get it right. Well, not totally, as there were 4 away wins at the weekend, meaning that Southampton, Sheffield Wednesday, QPR and Millwall all took 0 points with home advantage. So any chance of a bounce back win then for any of those teams in their second home game in quick succession? Well, 2 of them look more hopeful than the others as QPR face winless Swansea at Loftus Road and Millwall face Rotherham at the Den. I think I'm confident enough to go in on those 2, but we've got to make this bold, haven't we? So let's forecast that not only do both sides win, they're going to win by the scoreline that they lost against at the weekend. What about that? That would make it QPR 3, Swansea 1 and Millwall 3, Rotherham 0. Goals everywhere. Sorry, Swans and Rotherham fans. 4. On the box. Now, football fans love to moan about Sky TV whilst simultaneously still managing to pay their subscriptions every month and tune in every week. So let's give Sky a little bit of credit this round for their 2 picks. It's a couple of right old juicy matchups. Sheffield Wednesday versus Middlesbrough sees the bottom 2 duking it out at Hillsborough on Tuesday, and it's a lovely all top 4 clash between Norwich and Leicester at Carrow Road on Wednesday. Wednesday and Borough have both suffered from chaotic summers, with Middlesbrough having to reshape their team after the departure of a handful of their star players from last season, and Sheffield Wednesday are playing out the latest chapter of Mr. Chansiri the movie as the Owls owner got involved in the worst way once again. Part of me thinks we might find out also who the title favourites are this midweek, as if there's a decisive result for either Norwich or Leicester, both sides will be hoping to prove that their excellent starts could well turn into an entire excellent season. Just to be annoying, we're going to go right down the middle with both, I think. Neither Sheffield Wednesday and Borough have won yet, so a draw may be likely and simultaneously absolutely no help to either side. And Norwich's 100% home record meets Leicester's 100% away record. Look, I hope we do get a win somewhere, but I will boldly back the double draw for the two TV games. You'll get about 12-1 with the bookies on Norwich and Leicester to draw, and Sheffield Wednesday and Middlesbrough. 5. Warnock wager. I'm doing it. I'm going to play my calling card to link together the final 3 fixtures we haven't mentioned. But surely I'm allowed to this week, as Neil Warnock is off out of Huddersfield after their game against Stoke. Surely he's coming back. It can't end like this, can it? But the other 2 games I wanted to get in obviously feature clubs he's managed, as Cardiff take on Coventry and Leeds head to Hull. Now, I think it might even be too bold for the bold predictions for me to call 9 points for the 3 Warnock-managed sides we're discussing here. Problem I've got is that both Hull and Coventry are involved in these games, and they are good sides capable of scuppering that particular narrative. Let's quote the American singer Meatloaf then and say 2 out of 3 ain't bad, and make our final midweek bold prediction as follows. In the games between Cardiff and Coventry, Huddersfield and Stoke, and Hull and Leeds, there will be at least 2 wins out of 3 for the Warnock trio of Huddersfield, Cardiff and Leeds. Get it? Got it? Good. There is the latest round of bold predictions. I know it's hard to keep up in the 3-game weeks. Once I've done all this, I'm heading down to Southampton to watch Ipswich play there. So I feel your pain. If you're struggling to keep up, I can help though. Click here to see the hot takes video from yesterday, which wraps up the weekend action in a nice little bow for you. But hurry, you don't have long.